Mac, I know you've said in the past this season that you're not necessarily surprised that Arne Slot has done well and hit the ground running. But 6 out of 6 in the Champions League is, by anyone's standards, very
I thought this transition would be quite seamless, but I've been very, very surprised by the results, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, going away to Milan, you know, I expect Bologna, of course, but Leipzig have always got a decent past. You know, to go away and play the Leverkusens and the Madrids and beat them easily. You know, that has been surprising, but I did think Liverpool would qualify out of this group. I had no qualms at all with the talent at the disposal, but I didn't expect them to be almost perfect as to where they're sitting now in the league, in the Champions League and in the League Cup, which will come next week, won't it?
It is early doors, and I hate asking these kind of questions, but you have to when there's a superior record like Liverpool have got at the moment. Do they make themselves favourites for you, Rio, at the moment for the Champions League?
I think I always struggle with that at this stage. It's like form-wise right now, yes they have to be the favourites, but the trophy isn't handed out right at this point. And the way that the makeup of a squad and a team, physically, mentally, and form-wise and momentum-wise, come March, April time will be very different to what we see now. So I think you kind of have to be a bit patient. They definitely have all the makeup and all the markings of a team that can be successful this season. But I think it's how you get into those areas of this season, form-wise and with your team physically really determines where you're going to be.
We've seen the best team around that we're going to watch in 5 minutes. They've constantly struggled to get to the knockout phase. And as soon as February comes, it's like a switch is flicked in Madrid and they suddenly turn it on. So as much as they're struggling now and they're in 24th before tonight's games, and they've got a team who are top of Serie A who they're going to meet, they will still be one of the favourites, surprisingly, because of who they've got on the team and when they're ready to go, when the business end comes.
Just back to Liverpool as well. We saw a bit of rotation tonight. We saw Alisson come back into the starting lineup as well, so they can build on that. And the criticism might be compared to last season, towards the end of the season, they fell away a little bit, Liverpool, because they struggled with those kind of injuries. Is that the biggest threat to them this season?
Yeah, injuries are a threat to every single squad, and that's, you've got to try and manage that. But you need luck. I don't care, no matter who you are. Real Madrid talking about the most successful team in this competition, they would have needed luck at different points of the season with all those victories. And Liverpool will be no different. But you've got. I think when you can take breaks in a season like Liverpool have afforded themselves in the next 2 games here, you have to be wise with those opportunities to take breaks for players.
They've got Fulham next, who are a difficult team to beat. Just ask Arsenal. How do you see that one going?
Well, without Bassi, who's suspended, isn't he? And they are at home, so you'd have to fancy them at home, just to keep on rolling on. And then they've got a League Cup game. I think they've got Tottenham away, which would be difficult, but you just don't know what you're going to get with Tottenham. And then you've got the Christmas period, and if you're top at Christmas or top at New Year, there's certain statistics to say you can go far in this competition, in these competitions.
There are.